Chaosville here over at the Resender Supply Depot in Monroeville. We are mostly today going to be doing a bit of prep work for some upcoming updates, and I have a little bit of interesting news to talk to you about. But mostly today we're going to be tearing out the existing Redpower system and attempting to install a more automated and controlled system that is also a bit more future-proof. So let's hop to that, shall we? And we can then talk about some very interesting things that'll be going on later in the month. So, what's happening is that in the next update, when we'll be actually updating the Chaosville server, Redpower most likely, will most likely not be existing in it, which means that the main wiring for the place around here isn't going to work, it isn't going to be, well, existing anymore, and the filters and whatnot aren't going to be around at all, and all sorts. So we need to tear them out, because otherwise they'll just vanish. Well, best case scenario, they'll vanish. Worst case scenario, they'll corrupt the world and we'll lose Monroeville entirely. So I need to take out all the Redpower stuff. I'll just get to work on that and we can talk a bit. So, later on this month, this August 2013, for those who are viewing this in the future, is the Insomnia Gaming Festival. And that is basically one of the largest gaming festivals that happens here in the UK. It's certainly going to be one of the largest ones I've ever been to. Need to take out the half slabs as well, or the slabs as well. One with a skeleton skull. Thought I had more than that, but oh well. That is taking place from the 23rd to the 26th in the Telford International Centre, which is near Birmingham. Or not too far from Birmingham. I'm getting this information purely from my tickets, because I say tickets, that's probably a bit of a hint as to what I'm going to say next. I'm going to be appearing there. I'm going to be going along with Sneaky Magoo from the World of Madness server, as well as my dear friend, the 8-Bit Monkey, who is also going down there as well. He's also from World of Madness, if you're aware of that one. It's being billed sort of as a Minecon UK, for a few fairly decent reasons, I would say. And let's see, that's all of the Redpower gone, I think, unless I've missed some spots down here. Oop, bit of a weird lag spike there. Don't know if these will be around. Let's take a look. Yeah, the inverted cyan lamps, that's Redpower, if I remember correctly. And oh wow, oh no, I'm not missing a texture. Glass pane is just really hard to see in this texture pack. And we'll probably use some Zygraph stuff for that then, I'm not sure. But this is actually a little irrelevant, this bottom section here now, because we're going to be changing over the way that these spawners work as well. Turn that off. Oh yeah, that's why I was doing decor around here. I really haven't been here for a while, have I? Is there any more Redpower? Oh, there's the wiring upstairs. Right. Let's see, who else is going to be turning up at Insomnia? Well, there is Dave Chaos, now known as Yogscast Dave, if you haven't heard that news. Which was a bit of a surprise to a lot of us in Chaosville, but oh wow, that's out of power. It still functions pretty damn well because of efficiency. Yay! This is running? Oh, of course it's running because I just disconnected it. There. Not to worry, that should function by itself. Right, Dave's gonna be there, Gar's gonna be there, Dragonhat's gonna be there. Some Fire UK guys are gonna be there, some FTB guys are going to be there, including Slowpoke. Sky Does Minecraft is coming in from the US. Oh, yeah. is the sound of the eyeball as the ghasts start dying. Which is actually a fairly perfect example of why I need to rebuild this place. LD Shadow Lady's going to be there, which is unfortunate for Mikachi, because she really... Mikachi, aka Little Cat, because she isn't able to visit because she's got work to get done. She's a huge LD Shadow Lady fan. I'm going to regret this very soon, I'm sure. Because those will kill anyone instantly. I can't turn those off now, actually. Need a lever of some description. Right. Let's try this. Nope. There we go. That should turn them off. Eventually. I have a bit of a lifespan. I'm going to be there for the weekend. I'll be heading down there on the 22nd, arriving probably on the 23rd. I'll be camping, so I will not be in my best of shapes. But I will be there. There's a little bit more there. Yeah, they can't blow anything up, but I really need to get something onto that. Let's head down here and grab some stuff. Eep. Yeah, good boy. Hello, Boris. Do we have a lever running around? Or the resources with which to make one? No, apparently. I suppose we could harvest that, Yeah, let's go down here and have a rest, because it's really dark. And I'm rambling a little bit, because my sleep schedule's been messed up lately. I'm a little on the side of tired. Yeah, I'm going to be going down there by bus, and I'm going to grab a train over to Telford. And I will be sleeping in what is ostensibly a rugby pitch, or a football pitch, I'm not sure which, but it's a pitch. In a tent. So if I look a bit disheveled there, that'll be why. But if any of you happen to be going there, I know there's probably going to be quite a few. Ooh. This is still running. That's bad. That shouldn't be running. I have no way to no way to shut that off. And why am I carrying a stack of titanium dust? That's weird. Let's go shove this in here. Doop doop. There. Oh, and I have some gas tiers. I have a lot of gas tiers. I should really do more stuff with that. Actually, I think the one thing I have made is this void satchel, which is keyed to gunpowder. I use that for, getting stuff mined out quickly, and of course there's a lever over here. I can use that. I picked it up. Okay, drop that off. Head up there again, where there's all the ghasts, so this isn't going to be pleasant, I'm sure. Ascend. Fortunately, they're going to hit each other more than me. There we go. And they didn't knock out any of the pellet launchers. Hurrah! Right. So yeah, I'm going to be there for the weekend. I'm not on any kind of panels, whereas I imagine I'd be in a hotel. But Dave will be. And the Yogscast guys will be. Let's see, I think some Mindcrackers are also going. There's a Milby, Badge, and Pyro. One or two of which I'm actually rather interested to meet. Okay. Right. Badge in particular I'm interested in meeting, because he's a pretty neat dude. Seems very sensible. For those who don't know, that's more or less his tagline on YouTube. So I'd like to arrange a meetup. I know Monkey has some ideas about getting stuff organized for meeting up with some of his fans, so I'll probably be hanging around him for most of the event, because it's a gigantic social occasion and I don't do well with those alone. I don't know if I can arrange like a room or anything, or maybe we can just like go to a restaurant somewhere nearby, but it would be cool to meet some of you guys and girls. I know there are girls. I keep getting reminded that there are girls. Has anything interesting fallen down here? If it has kind of been picked up here. Okay, so we've got 61 red ally, 4 inverted cyan, a restriction tube, some relays, a jacket of wires, toggle latches. We can actually probably have to leave the pallet launchers running. Or actually, they won't be running now because they've lost their wiring. So I'm just get rid of this dirt block. There we go. Okay, so that was the eyeball, as I started calling it, which was the ghast spawner. And my word, the ghasts look horrific in this, don't they? The ghasts were a pain to set up a spawner for because they fly around rather than drop, sort of like blazes do. Although blazes only fly when they can see you, when they're actually trying to attack something. But I couldn't really have a any kind of little golem dude up there. And my original plan was to design all of these different mob spawners to be unique, so like each of them was individual and distinct. So you've got the original zombie pigman one there. I haven't finished up the wither skeleton one, although it is there. And I had the eyeball here for the ghasts. But for one thing, that's really kind of annoying because every single time I had to add a mob to the listings, I have to come up with a new spawner design. And for another thing, it's not really automated. I sort of have to come in and decide which things I want to be running and how. So I decided to instead move over to these, the auto spawners from Mine Factory Reloaded. Let's get rid of that. So what happens is we get a safari net, which uses gas tiers, which is handy because we have a lot of them. And then we capture a mob, stick it into the auto spawner, provide some buildcraft power, and it produces the mob, which then gets eaten up by the grinder. And that collects all of their drops, and it also collects things called a substance called essence, often called mob essence, but I'm not sure if that's its actual name, which you can then feed into an auto enchanter, and it will allow you to automatically enchant things like books. So if I set up like a cow spawner, I think there's one at the back there, and a reed farm around here, I can automatically be crafting books, and from there I can be automatically enchanting them, and I can actually like get the good enchantments back. So, like it takes quite a while for me to find a decent enchantment, and I've still not managed to replace my sort of gouging from my bungling about with the. That's really still running. Why can I hear a spider? That seems weird. There shouldn't be any spiders around here. Hop down here. Hello boys, how are you? All falling to your deaths? Good. Good, good. Oh, that's the sound of them being extinguished. Off you go. Yeah, they're sort of getting caught on those. I probably could have done with using the sign trick, but that was a bit more ugly. So I decided not to. I'm not going to hit these guys because I've learned my lesson from that. Although that was when I had much worse frames. I have much better frames these days. So instead of having an individual design for every individual mob, we're instead going to have a sort of an array of identical spawners, which we will then actually use to stick in whatever particular mob we want to be spawning, and then we can just have that run along, and it can grab all the stuff we need, and we can even potentially make a computer craft program or something to determine which mob needs to be in an auto spawner. That's where I was working on the mall. Needs to be in an auto spawner in order to actually get the products that we're looking for, that we're short on. That will require some interesting redstone because of the lack of the bundled cables in the next update. I'm not 100% certain on how we can do sort of different colors, because that's like one of the most tremendously handy thing to having different wires and stuff. I've been informed that there is Rednet, but I am not familiar with that yet because I haven't had the chance to play around with it. But should be interesting. Oh, and I missed this one, didn't I? Actually, while I'm here, let's get some power into this thing. There we go. Don't you worry about it being charged. Phew. Yep. Yeah, the Wither Skeletons were an absolute pain to get, because I've actually gotten this one twice. Because what happens with the Soul Shard mod, which has been taken over by Xeno, interesting note, so that's going to be interesting. Like, I saw one comment on the Feed the Beast subreddit of, but I'm going to need so much gold to do this now, to which my response was, well, considering I already get most of my gold for Xeno's Reliquary from Soul Shards, not that big an issue. How can we turn that off now? Balls. Ah, well, we could probably just use it. Although, actually, that one is insecure at the moment, so, I'm still hearing that spider. Let's pick up these drops, shall we? There we go. It's kind of a shame that we didn't manage to install our full tripwire system, but it's not that big of an issue. Yeah, I'm still hearing that spider. Where is he? He's not down here, is he? Yes, he is. How the hell? Oh, because we had to take out all of the lights. Derp. I'll just drop a few more torches around them. Yes, torches. I know everyone hates the torches, but that's fine. For now. Purely temporary. So I'm thinking I will probably set up, say, 8 or so different auto-spawner chambers. Large enough to contain the ghasts, and able to, like, take down the, grind the people up reasonably quickly. But we shall see on that at a later date. So much bundled cable. So much, in hindsight, wasted time. Oh well. But let me show off these. Now, these need Buildcraft power. I'm not 100% certain how I'm going to provide that here. But, the grinders have a fairly large range, and see, there's the slot where your Safari Net goes. We have a few Safari Nets on file at the moment over at Newton, but they're mostly just like bison and stuff, because they were like cool and I found them while I was wandering. But over here is, from what I've learned, you need a volume of essence to make the auto-spawner spawn something. I don't know if that's absolutely necessary in this specific version, but it's fairly easy to get because you can just set up a grinder with like a chicken cooker, for example, which is fairly easy to set up thanks to their eggs, but there are other ways we can do it. For example, we can have an auto breeder, or a fairly small automatic wheat farm, and cows. And then the grinder is even more straightforward. You just set it up, it has the snooze, the power and whatnot, and it just grinds things up and then spits out the items out the back here, as well as some essence that you can take from, I think, any side. So it's fairly straightforward. It's not unlike the small tree farm they have over at Flab. And then the auto enchanter is where things get a little complicated, because we have to pump in the essence, and we can adjust the level that we are aiming for with these enchantments, so we can fine-tune them for specific enchantments. You put your stack of books there, and they come out here, and then you can quite happily just extract them, no problem, and the essence goes in that side over the left. So, there's probably going to be a lot less user interaction here now, because I'm going to have to set everything up so that it can run properly on automation, and if it's running on automation, then most likely there'll be a small control room to actually shut things off as needed, but that will be about the extent of it. But we are actually getting on to the end of an episode. I've babbled quite a bit today, haven't I? But this will mostly be, I don't think I've mentioned that yet, this will mostly probably be another in our long line of, holy balls. Wow. I really need to shut this thing off, don't I? Fortunately, much like Crater City, this area is just a smidgen too short for them. So I can kill them all and they won't notice me. Oh wait, does that mean that the second floor is flooded with them as well? Jeez. Yeah, but they won't, and I won't actually have to be leveling anything if I set this up properly. So, levels will then be meaningless. Hurrah. So I picked up, yeah, I picked up 2 skeleton skulls. I actually checked out the statistics for that shortly after I did my last Crater City episode. Turns out, the rates, I don't know if they were reduced. You'd think they were from what just happened there. But it would seem that it is a 1 in 40 or a 2.5% chance per wither skeleton now of actually getting a skull. So, yes, it look, isn't it? So it's really slow on Crater City to get skulls at the moment. Whoa. No, 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 no. Well, definitely not. That's even worse. You guys are immune to fire, but they avoid the fire anyway, because they're basically skeletons modified. How did they get out here? How did these guys get out here? How are they getting out here? That doesn't make sense. He's getting shoved. Whoa, this was a bad idea. Okay, well, I shall catch you all next time, because I'm going to die. Slain by Entity Soul Shard Spawn Skeleton. Well, when you deal with mobs, you deal with Satan, apparently. So I shall catch you all next time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and or a favourite. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to be notified of future updates. You can also check out the website where most other content is uploaded. That's all for now, catch you later.